to the AfterLife Recap. I'm your host, Ron Burgundy. Alright, now that we've used that intro for the first and last time, allow me to properly welcome you to the brand new AfterLife Recap show. The voice you're hearing now is WinterTooth100, and all the footage you see comes from the amazing content creators of the AfterLife server. You will find links to all the AfterLife members in the description down below, so why not go drop a sub to each of their channels. Now onto some slightly more technical information. The AfterLife server recently increased its member count, nearly doubling its size, and we thought it'd be a welcomed idea to create a weekly recap show so everyone can stay up to date. There are 16 members on the server now. This is Season 3 of AfterLife, and we're going to call this Week 1 of the recap. For simplicity's sake, this episode will recap April 13th through April 19th. Starting off the week, we have Kyle Blane, local old man and lawn aficionado, attempts to tank the server by placing stacks on stacks of scaffolding into the world, then knocking them all down in a spectacular fashion. When his plan fails to destroy the server, he turns his attention to returning his gnomish friend to its rightful owner.
I keep coming back to it and laughing. Oh, it's so great.
Those three stooges have never looked better. Possibly feeling bad about trying to bring the server to its knees, Kyle then decides to use that scaffolding to create a new shop on the server. Weapons of mass construction.
Weapons of mass construction.
What did you say?
You heard me. Weapons of mass construction.
What's that?
Do you have good credit, bad credit, no credit?
Yeah?
Well, it doesn't matter. We don't accept credit.
Where you can either buy or rent scaffolding, and any you return after use can yield a small refund to the returner. It sounds optimistically threatening, and to sell his fellow AfterLife members on the idea, he spends his life savings on one of the best commercials ever produced. And finally, in what will become a recurring theme for this week, Kyle gets his feet wet and signs up for some Creeper Tag, a game on the server that can have some explosive results. Speaking of fun and games, Artorian finds himself in the Easter spirit and decides to host an AfterLife Easter egg hunt, which successfully lures several AfterLife members into an all-out war, forging alliances and inciting betrayals alike.
We're in front of Hugh's house. Come on now.
You better watch it over there, GP. I'll come down like a hawk. Be easier at this point.
I know.
No, Mario, you just left me.
I think we gotta kill this GP guy.
Okay,
Oh,
well.
Well,
No.
Looks
We
like
kill him?
that's
We
it.
kill him, Skunk?
Looks like that's it.
Hey, you're
Help!
Mario. I'm coming, Mario. Where are you, Hugh?
Mario!
Man, what kind of teammate do you have?
Like all good games, points were tracked, and Artorian announces the first egg hunt champions of the server.
Well, Skunk, Blonde Skunk, and All Out J with 2,680 points. So they will be getting the left half of these two chests.
After some AfterLife stream weekend banter, the rumors soar about the town hall not being that great, and Kyle sends Blonde Skunk a gift to cheer him up.
Oh boy.
Town hall high, ain't no thing to show. Ain't no tower high enough, baby. After energy spent, if you need.
With his spirits
judgment,
renewed, Blonde returns to his mountain and begins the long and tedious process of transforming it into something really special.
Skunky, there ain't no town hall high enough. Ain't no window fly enough. Ain't no entrance grand enough to impress Winter Tuesday.
But it doesn't take long for all that hot air to go to his head, and like a madman, he pushes out the work, and giant hot air balloons take to the sky.
I love it, especially how like the lamps go around, and then we have like a little smoker in the middle. I'll show you them in full detail in just a second, but we have another one.
On the other side of the server, Wintertooth is hoarding gold and levels, and the combination of the two seems to have sparked a mild case of paranoia as he resorts to gripping a totem as tightly as he can in his hands. But I'm going to be holding onto this thing for dear life until we reach level 1000. He also makes great progress in the very new station studio this recap was created in. And not to be held back by responsibility, Winter returns to the castle for yet another session of building. I think he may have block fever. Oh yeah, that looks good, right? You guys like that? It turned out better than I thought it would. Returning to our recurring theme from earlier, Winter signs up for Creeper Tag, and he jumps on the opportunity to tag an unsuspecting skunk right away. Yes!
What?
You just got Creeper Tagged!
Wait!
With Skunk's new mission set in place, Winter returns yet again to his castle. But this time, he's taken inspiration from GP and installed the Lightmatica mod, and quickly begins to use it to safely store entire towers within shulker boxes, ready for deployment. Of course, he wastes no time to use those shulkers to build up his towers. In his quest to become the greatest businessman, This Is KB sets out to revive the community farm and through that generate an AfterLife funds. The AfterLife funds goes towards things such as rewards for server events or games.
As owner and CEO of KB's Enterprises, I am proud to announce that the community farm has officially been restored and reopened for use.
And with his best foot forward, KB turns his attention to something more profitable for his own pocket and begins construction on his super auto potato and carrot farm. He holds the torch proudly for being one of the members of the server to dig down to bedrock for a project. And before he has even finished construction of the farm, he is already gaining the attention of Whitefire, and together they strike a lucrative deal.
Yeah, I think I will take that deal.
Though, I'm not sure KB knows what to do with his success.
Okay, I didn't think this far. Shake on it?
With business booming on the AfterLife server, King Z decides he needs to upgrade and improve his farms. And he and Puffingfish team up to create a mega slime farm.
But to do that, I'm going to need the help of Puffingfish. Pretty sure I got the coordinates right. And then over here, I just dug out to make sure that I did have the coordinates right.
That also digs down to bedrock.
Both of these chunks, this one all the way down to bedrock, and this one all the way down to bedrock as well.
But after a few hours of digging, King Z makes his way back to the Llama Lads headquarters to find the Three Stooges waiting for him.
Oh, wow. Actually, I like it. So we got a lion, I'm assuming, a llama lion, a mustache, and then a silly little elf hat on this guy.
Being so moved by Kyle's returned prank, King Z opts to behead himself.
Nice.
And then mount his freshly severed head on his mailbox. Unclear if that's a warning to all those who would send mail to him. Following the trend, King Z signs up for Creeper Tag and secures himself one spawn egg for a rainy day. And not to be outdone in the building arena, he begins to transform Llama HQ into something more ancient.
Mount Llama more feel like an ancient llama temple almost.
Puffingfish follows through on his deal with All Out J and creates a wonderful, secured, secret redstone door that nobody knows about. Nobody. And while King Z did all the digging, it's Puff who does all the technical work for their new mega slime farm, placing in hundreds of obsidian to trick poor, unsuspecting slime into the trap of their lives. Puff decides to take his obsession with crafting tables to the next level, and he builds an entire shop dedicated to utilizing those very same tables.
I want to be the shop that's known for having crafting benches in it, because I always go to the shopping district and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to craft something.
Oh, and the shop also sells emeralds and totems of undying as well. At least Winter can now endlessly keep himself and his paranoia alive. Jagiero, the newest member of the AfterLife SMP, is playing catch-up with the rest of the server, and he wastes no time in finding a build palette and diving straight into his new castle build.
Now would be a good opportunity to give you guys a little bit of info about the inspiration for this castle build. And I've taken inspiration for the theme from a bit of a weird source, okay? Castlevania. Okay, so while the castle itself probably won't end up looking anything like the one in Castlevania, it will have the mechanisms from it. It's this weird combo of magic and machine, like steampunk, but magic punk?
With his magic punk, Dracula-inspired castle started, I know the rest of us are wondering how long it'll take for him to become a blood-crazed Fang Face. With his second death in as many episodes, it's becoming clear he's no stranger to the undead life.
Ah, crap.
Staying true to this week's theme, I'm GP signs up for Creeper Tag, though he doesn't seem to have any immediate plans for that egg he bought. I'm watching you, GP. Deciding it'd be nice to be able to walk to his base, he begins construction on a road that cuts through the thick jungle.
This pathway is going to consist of concrete powder, coarse dirt, acacia logs, and cyan terracotta. So we are just gonna get to throwing this stuff down like crazy.
And GP is unimpressed with the current Enderman farm and opts in to build a new, better than ever farm that even has accidental Q press protection.
So we're gonna throw my diamond sword in there, and you'll see that it won't actually get dispensed. In fact, it'll come over here, and you see that? I got it. I picked it back up. Let's try it again, just so you can actually see it this time. Ta-da! Look at that. Pretty sweet, hey?
Mr. Flim Flammer gets lucky this week as I made sure to double check all member uploads and found this little gem of a video. He's hard at work creating an illegal sheep gambling arena. Viewer be warned, you may walk away with a pocket full of diamonds after visiting Flim's colorful operation.
But you will pick a color of all the colors in here. You will put that in your inventory. You will come into the arena and you will watch your sheep win or die.
Perhaps due to its lack of legality, that's why he didn't report his video this week. Whitefire sees the new shopping district booming with new businesses and invests in a new shop of his own. Welcome to the Cowhead, where you can fulfill all your leather, milk, and cowhead needs. It doesn't take long for White to show off his impressive redstone skills, and I don't think anyone can argue that will keep the mobs out.
If I kind of pop down here, you'll see just 2 repeaters on the side. I got 2 sticky pistons right here. Whenever they do leave it, if they can remember, just because that way no mobs or anything can kind of get in here. It should be pretty lit up in here, but just so that people stay safe.
Unless they're the 8-legged web spinning kind. And now it's all coming together as White receives payment for his part in the Easter egg hunt, which directly led to the victory of Mom and Dad. I mean, Jay and Skunk.
Honestly, I wasn't gonna win. I might have gotten second place, but I kind of value the diamonds a little more. I didn't necessarily care about the prize pool. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Here, we should have some diamonds waiting for us. Aha! 35 diamonds was the deal for basically for them to win, you know.
And closing out this week on the server is Square Mario with his super late Sunday night upload. At least he's on theme for the week, and Mario has to play out his challenge for being creeper tagged. Aha, we finally get to see a challenge in action.
I creeper bombed you to death.
Why? Why would
Because you were being a bot, so I figured I would take the opportunity.
Why would you ever? I was just having a grand old time, you know, getting sand
well,
for my project.
Well, I was stalking you for quite a bit. I was like,
but why?
The creeper not only turned Mario green, but it messed with his field of view as well. Not letting that stop him, Mario returns to work on his base and really hammers out a ton of progress. Thank you so much for watching the first episode of the AfterLife Recap series. My name is Wintertooth100, all footage is from the AfterLife members, and be sure to check out all the members in the description down below. This was a busy week on the server, so stay tuned for next week's episode of the Recap series.